Hello guys, this is David and you're watching Btekt, and today I've got an unboxing of the Xperia 10 Plus. Now this one's priced firmly in the mid-range at £349. It was released just a couple of weeks ago at MWC in Barcelona and introduces from Sony this unique 21:9 aspect ratio. So when viewing films on providers like Netflix, you will not get the black bars at the top and the bottom of the screen. Films shot in this anamorphic style will completely fill the screen from edge to edge. And what's more, you can shoot video in the same aspect ratio, but I'll get into that in a bit. This is a very slim and tall handset with plastic construction and has this sort of frosted finish to it, so no problems with the fingerprints. Speaking of fingerprints, they're read via the side mounted fingerprint scanner, which is something that we haven't seen from Sony since the Xperia XZ1. On two of the recent Sony flagships, they were positioning the fingerprint scanner in completely the wrong place. I know some people will disagree with me, but on the XZ2 and on the XZ3, it was far too low. So I'm glad that they reverted back to the side scanner, which I know a lot of people will love. Before I go on, I want to say a big thank you to Direct Mobiles for looking after us here at Btekt. It's a great place to go if you need a new phone. They have over 24 years of award-winning customer service and comparison tools, so you're bound to find a great deal on your next handset. Check in the video description for a link to their deals, or you can search directmobiles.co.uk. The slim aspect ratio feels great in the hand. On the side you have the volume rocker at the bottom, which I'm still kind of getting used to, and above the fingerprint scanner there's the power button. On the top you find a 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the left side you'll find the SIM card tray and memory expansion. This phone also supports dual SIMs, which will use up your memory card slot. USB Type-C connectivity on the bottom, and two pretty nice looking speaker grills. The screen is a 6.5-inch IPS LCD display with Full HD Plus resolution at 1080x2520, and of course in that wide 21:9 aspect ratio. The pixel density is 422 ppi, and the screen is protected with Gorilla Glass 5. The device has an 81% screen to body ratio, thanks mainly to this large bezel at the top. But what's nice about this screen is that it extends all the way to the bottom, so there's no chin whatsoever. This kind of accentuates the extra tall aspect ratio, and the Xperia 10 Plus feels great in the hand. Of course you get Android 9 Pie as standard, and it uses the Snapdragon 636 with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of onboard storage. MicroSD support is available up to 512GB. The battery is a 3000 mAh unit, which supports Quick Charge 3 and Sony's adaptive charging, which learns when you leave your phone on charge for longer periods, and during those periods it slows down the charge to improve the overall life of the battery. So nothing really revolutionary under the hood, but good enough specs I would say for the price. The Xperia 10 also has the side sense feature that we saw in the Xperia XZ3. Double tap on the bar on the edge of the screen to reveal the side sense options, which can be customized, or if you prefer, it will learn your app habits and display your most used and display the apps that it thinks you're going to want to use next. You can also call the notification tray from here or enter one-handed mode, which is definitely going to be useful on a 6.5-inch display with such a tall aspect ratio. For the camera system, we have a 12MP Exmor RS for mobile sensor with a wide-angle f1.75 lens, plus an 8MP telephoto featuring a 2x optical zoom and an f2.4 aperture. Around the front we've got an 8MP sensor with quite a wide-angle view of 84 degrees and an f2.0 lens. The front camera is capable of those blurry background portrait selfies and uses Sony's Steady Shot for stabilization. But I'm more interested in this handset for the video. It is capable of shooting 4K at 30 frames per second and records slow-mo video at 120 frames per second, but it's also capable of shooting video in that 21:9 aspect ratio, which will give you those cinema-style shots. I wish they had included a 24 frames per second frame rate as well, to give your videos an even more cinematic look. But I'm looking forward to testing out this camera system. My first impressions are really good. The screen is definitely the main event, and I love how it extends all the way to the bottom. It does have a massive top bezel or forehead, whatever you want to call it, but the absence of no bezel at all at the bottom makes that quite forgivable at the top, in my opinion. Love the side mounted fingerprint scanner. It seems like there's a slight delay. I don't know whether that scanner will get quicker over time. So far the only thing that kind of lets it down for me is the all plastic construction. I guess you could say that the plastic is more hard wearing than say glass would be, but an all metal construction would have really set this thing off. I've only had this phone for a couple of hours, but I'm enjoying it, I have to say. I like it when manufacturers try to change the form factor a little bit, and that's what this feels like. Anyway, that's it from me guys. I literally got this phone this evening and have rushed out this video. Tomorrow I'll be out and about putting the camera through its paces, so if you're interested in the Xperia 10 and the Xperia 10 Plus, then make sure you're subbed to Btekt. Full reviews coming soon. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. It's at Btekt. Also, you can catch me on Snapchat at david.btekt. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's David, and this is Btekt.